Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 25 online game. Today we got the Chiefs and the Panthers. So you know these are two run-heavy offenses, so don't expect anything less than a lot of Jamaal, Charles, DeAngelo, Williams, Cam Newton, option mixed around and stuff. And we continue to run early on, but we get called for a very unfortunate face mask penalty. Now, I did not hit the face mask button. I wasn't trying to face mask him. And there was an easier way to tackle him than damn face masking when I was right there. So that was pretty not a good way to start the game, alright? And then this happens right after. As usual, when something, like when you drop a pick or something bad happens, usually your opponent just always seems to bust off some big play. And that's what happened there. He got the pitch, and Jamaal Charles' speed is pretty much unparalleled to most other things in this game. Because, you know, that's just the way he plays. And then this, I think this is Niles Davis that came and struck somebody into the end zone. We're making a pretty good goal line stand. Then Davis decided that he had his own version of beast mode or whatever. But speaking of beast mode, Marshawn Lynch and the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Not going to spend too much time talking about it because it was pretty self-explanatory, one-sided game. Defense of Seattle completely dominated. They're in the discussion for one of the best defenses of all time. No joke. Alright, some people are like, oh, you're overreacting. Well, season's over. They completely dominated an offense that set records left and right. It had like 5 people with 10 touchdowns each. Yet they held the Broncos to 1 touchdown total. You know, putting big hits all over the place. Malcolm Smith is the MVP. And that's pretty much the one thing I want to talk about. Just the fact that Malcolm Smith won the MVP. What that means isn't that Malcolm Smith is going to be a 99 overall player in Madden anytime soon. What it does mean is that Seahawks defense is crazy talented. Because he's a backup linebacker for the Seahawks a lot of times. He just plays backup. As Steve Smith here makes a great catch here in traffic for the touchdown. Took a big hit from Berry and hung on. I was surprised because like 99% of the time receivers drop it. But Steve's a pretty good guy. He's a pretty good receiver. He'll catch that. And yeah, so you know, they got crazy depth all over the place, and every single one of those players had an impact. What you want to talk about? Cliff Averill, him constantly bringing pressure. Chris Clemens, 2 forced fumbles, swat a 4th down pass. Cam Chancellor with the interception. That boomstick on Demaryius Thomas that kind of set the tone when the Broncos like actually ran offense and didn't get a safety on their first play. Then, of course, Malcolm Smith's like billion tackles and stuff like that. There are Seahawks all over the place making plays, except for Earl Thomas and Richard Sherman. But that's for the most part because Sherman, you know, they didn't really try to test Sherman's side of the field. When they did, Peyton would like usually overthrow a deep pass or something. And then Thomas, you know, Thomas didn't really get tested much either. Demaryius Thomas had a big game, but that's about it. And if you're going to take 4 receivers out and give Peyton Manning 1 receiver, I mean, process of elimination, it's only going to work out so well. You're only going to get 1 touchdown out of it as we get the nice pick there at the goal line there with Mike Mitchell. He tried to force it there. He was smart. He would have held onto the ball there, but he wanted to try to go for the big play, but we were on that the whole time. So we get the interception there, which was big. We got a touchdown on our first drive, and he was moving the ball downfield pretty easily, and we finally get a stop. Somebody actually plays defense in this game. But yeah, the Seattle's defense is definitely, you know, I'm hesitant to say one of the top 5 defenses to ever play in the Super Bowl. But I mean, at the same time, they're one of the top 5 defenses to ever play in the Super Bowl. They're just crazy talented. They've done it all season long. You know, in the playoffs, they've been playing well. Before even the loss against the Cardinals, the only loss they had at home this season. I mean, they barely gave up anything to the Cardinals offensively. And Carson Palmer threw like 4 interceptions in that game. Just that the Cardinals also had a crazy good defense. And then they had that one, I don't want to say fluky interception, but fluky interception that bounced off of somebody's shoe into, I believe, Dansby's hands or something like that. Well, yeah, that's the Seahawks. And then Russell Wilson, he did his thing. Some people will say, oh yeah, Russell Wilson was gifted the lead and all that, gifted the one of the top 5 defenses that ever played in the Super Bowl and stuff like that. But at the same time, I mean, the Broncos, for the most part, held Marshawn Lynch in check, as so DeAngelo Williams. Big touchdown before halftime there. Big touchdown in a tight game to get the extra 4 points between a field goal and a touchdown there. Huge. But, yeah, for the most part, the Broncos held Marshawn Lynch in check in the first half, which I kind of expected. I kind of expected Marshawn Lynch to have more impact in the second half, but he didn't really get the opportunity to. In fact, he didn't even play in the 4th quarter because the game was out of reach by then. They just put Turbin in there and said, all right, Beast Mode, you chill out there. So, yeah, I mean, Marshawn Lynch was held in check. The run game was held in check. So, Russell Wilson pretty much had to drive that offense. He had to make throws to convert 3rd downs and stuff like that all day long, and for the most part, he did. Now, granted, he was picking on Champ Bailey all day long. I feel bad for Champ. Second year in a row, he's been absolutely picked on in a loss. Last year, Torrey Smith lit him up in that game in Denver. Now, this year, whoever was in the slot, whether it was Baldwin or whoever, just, they just kept on abusing poor Champ. And then, Russell Wilson would always also make his plays with his legs, as he always does. And he does what he does to win, all right? Russell Wilson is just a born winner, straight up. Say what you want. He's not exactly Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers right now, but he's a born winner, and that's what he does, man. He wins. Some people just win, and that's what Russell Wilson does. He wins. So, that's the Super Bowl, man. And the Seahawks, for the first time in a really long time, they had pretty much the best chance of any defending Super Bowl champion to actually repeat. Because I think the Packers had a really good chance when they won their Super Bowl. That was probably the last team you thought, oh man, they could definitely do it. Maybe the Saints, but at the same time, Saints were kind of in flux. But I think the Seahawks team, because of their defense and the fact that most of them are coming back, they're probably the best chance that anybody's had in a while since. I'm not even sure since when. I'm thinking back. Like, none of my Giants teams were really expected to repeat, even though the 08 Giants did really well. But, probably since Patriot days, I guess, of people, and maybe that Packers team, as far as expected to have a really good chance of repeating as we head to the fourth quarter in this game. So now we'll transition to the game. That's my Super Bowl thoughts. Not too much, just about how crazy good Seattle's offense was, and they just rattled Peyton Manning. No time in the pocket for him, and then Peyton, you're gonna knock a 37 or whatever old quarterback around. He can only take so much hits. All right, we've seen it with Brady, we've seen it with Manning, and we've seen that with Bo. What the hell? Third down, and I feel like this dude is just like, I feel like I should be putting this game away, and he was able to get that conversion there. That frustrated me. He was able to tie the game off of that. We had the perfect defense, two people there. Dwayne Bowe one-handed catch, and then the guy couldn't make the tackle. But look at Ted Ginn taking it all the way to the 27-yard line. So immediately, we're in a great spot to get at least a field goal here. DeAngelo Williams running, bouncing backward, and losing the ball there. That was so unfortunate because we were running well. I did a spin move, and I just happened to be able to bounce backward instead of forward because some dumbass in the way, and then I just get cracked. So I'm just frustrated right now. That was 3 points, at least, that we gave away, but we get the ball right back. He ran the screen pass earlier, was a little bit late on it, and I got pancaked. Kept in the back of my mind. He came out in that formation. I was looking for the screen pass, and he came out of it twice in that drive. First, he did the run. Then I didn't give up on that screen pass. Like, all right, he came out in the formation again. Probably screen pass, jumped it, got the pick in a huge time. When Madden was trying to rob me of my win, we were able to come up with the big play. Now, finally, something goes wrong his way. He drops the pass there. With second down, he's able to move the ball here with Jamaal Charles, and he's only down 7. He's not down like 57 points. He's still got a chance to tie this game with a touchdown or even take the lead if he gets a 2-point conversion. But 4th down and 4, game on the line, and he wanted that screen pass, and I was on it, but he finds Dexter McCluster in the flats for the first down. Good play by him to move the chains as we hit the 2-minute warning here. 2nd down and 9, takes a simple drag route, and that's what he's doing right now. He's playing it smart. He threw that one interception, but otherwise, this is what he's been doing. Ball control offense, mainly running it, but now he's stuck at another 4th down. He runs hurry up, immediately runs the ball. Jamaal Charles before I could really set things up, and he gets the first down, moves the ball past midfield here. Alex Smith here trying to make a big play, just has to throw it out of bounds there though because the pressure is coming. That Panthers D-line, they can bring some pressure, and we can also bottle up that screen. I know he wanted it. This time he wasn't able to throw it because he was like, I can't throw that pick again, but now it's 3rd down and 26 because of it. We forced him to back up, and he tries to take a deep shot for Jamaal Charles. Oh man, clutter of people there, under a minute to go, 4th down 26, game on the line, and he comes out of QB power. I don't know why he did that, but we'll take the win anyways. He ends up quitting out after that. He just dashboarded or whatever, so we'll take the win, I guess. So leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Madden 25 online games. Leave your comment below about what you thought about the Super Bowl. I'll try to reply to as much comments as I can. And on that note, I will catch you guys next time.